I have an opportunity to actually craft legislation and policy that impacts my home. So my name is Jaydn Smith, and I'm Senior Legislative Assistant for Congressman Don Bacon. I tell people that I'm a babysitter of laws, that I handle legislation from the time that it's an idea to the time that it actually gets signed into law. Basically, my job is to do all the legwork to actually get bill ideas signed into law. I have an opportunity to actually craft legislation and policy that impacts my home, the state of Nebraska, and serve the people that that I am here to help serve. I have the opportunity to fix significant problems in people's lives, and so that's very rewarding. I grew up on a farm in Nebraska. Part of farming is you gotta work on equipment and stuff like that. I learned how to weld. I loved it, but I was welding the same thing over and over every single day, and that just I didn't find that very fun. I've always been interested in government. I've always been interested in politics. I also really enjoy arguing and in debating people. So I said, well, I'll go be a lawyer. So then I went into undergrad and I went through all that process. Had you told me that I was going to be here, I'd have said absolutely no way. I probably would have said I'm not qualified enough. When I came here as an intern, I thought that the people who worked here, graduated from Harvard and Yale and Georgetown and Princeton, but I could not have been more surprised. I mean, everyone here, they take everybody. As long as you have something to contribute, you have a place here. Somebody's willing to give you a chance. It's full of people who want to serve. And interns here play an incredibly important role. It doesn't sound like much, but they answer phones for when constituents call. And we get thousands of phone calls every single year. And their job is to make sure that those constituents are heard. At the end of the day, we're just looking for people who have a drive to serve. Also, Washington, D.C. is crazy interesting. I mean, every corner there is history. And so, if you have ADHD like me, you can be easily distracted. So I'm a history nut. I absolutely love history. So, you can be walking down the mall and look down and see a plaque that says, George Washington, gave a speech right here or something like that. I've been here for 4 years now, and I can still walk on the streets and see something new every time. So there's plenty of stuff here. The first time that I walked on the House floor, that is a sacred place. When you look at everything that's happened in there, that's where presidents give the State of the Union. You watch it on TV. Every law that this country's ever passed originates there, and that's huge. I didn't come from a politically active family. I had an appreciation and a love for my state and my home, but my world was kind of a 25-mile radius from my house. It wasn't until that I got here that I really developed a love and an appreciation for my state.